Still on science student class, we just look at the last one here on physics, and it's exciting to know that it's also a core science subject that covers mechanics, waves, electricity, modern physics, all these optics and the rest. So it has 3 papers too, similar to other ones, and but the weight is different. Interestingly, the chemistry we talked about is paper 1 is 25%, paper 3 is 25%, the theory is 50%. But in this case, it's different. It is different. The practical has more weight, is 31%. That means you need to take your practical serious, 31%. And the objective is 31%. What does that tell us? It's 62% you are looking at here. The objective and practical can take you into the range of B3, C4B3, C4B3. Can take it to that range alone without touching the theory. So that means for you to have practical and theory to be 62%, practical and the objective to be 62%, that means the theory has reduced in strength. So if you take practical, you don't play with practical physics. If you want to get A1, that means if you don't do well in practical physics, which I don't pray for, you may be looking at 38 plus 31, that's then 69%. It's not close, it's not even close to, is 61% should be around B2. 70% thereabout is B2, is in B3 range. That means you need to do well in your practical. Don't joke with practical physics. The weight of practical physics is different from the weight of practical chemistry. And that's what we are saying. Even the weight of biology is not up to the weight of physics. Physics has more weight. And when it comes to scoring, that's why you see some people, they will have biology, they will have physics, they may have chemistry, they may not have. They will have physics, but they don't have chemistry, because chemistry, the practical, they will do well in practical. When they do a little bit of objective and instantly in theory, then the whole thing will balance up, because the score in practical would have helped. So understand this strategy. Don't just say you are treating the whole subject as the same way. So if I were you now, I would take the practical serious in physics. I will take the practical serious. Then I also take the objective serious, because objective and practical 62%. The remaining 38% is theory. So the objective now, we are looking at number 1 is a measurement. Draw a graph. If you can draw a graph, you are well to go in physics. In a graph of gradient, intercept, physical constant. Number 2 is ohm, and that's electricity. These are certain questions. The electricity question, and then optics, you always have prism or something, or glass slab. So note that always. Then you also draw graphs. You must learn how to draw. If you can draw graph in physics, and that's sure banker. Graph at least 2. Get yourself ready in that way. If you something that you have phobia for, try just step it aside and work on that. So objective is a 50 MCQ, 1 hour 15 minutes. That's 50 marks. That's 1 question, 1 answer, and that's by the time they weight it to 31% of the whole score, of the whole grade that you need to score. So theory, essay, section A and section B. Section A is 5 compulsory questions you need to answer, and that's 15 marks. What does that tell you? 5 compulsory questions. That each question is 3 marks. Section B, answer 3. 5 questions, 15 marks each. 15 marks each. That means if you answer in section B 1 question, it has covered a lot, or the whole section A. So though you may want to say I've answered 5 questions in section A, it's not up to 1 question in section B, though it's compulsory. If section A is compulsory, it's not up to 1 question mark. When you answer question in exam, even not only in O level, even in the university, because you do that, it's part of you put mark. If you see a question that has 5 marks and it's like a paragraph, it has 5 marks, and you see a question that has 1 line and that question is 20 marks, what is expected of 20 marks is bigger than what is expected of 5 marks. They know what they put there, what is expected of you. So always look at marks before you attempt question. That's one strategy I want you to note. So, having said that, we go to the syllabus section, and you see questions that always show up: measurement and units, kinematics, dynamics, work, energy and power, heat and temperature. Those that frequently appear, those are very high, and those who are, at least. But this was question come out from these topics every year. That means you are preparing, if not for this, for very close WAEC, you also can start working on these topics and getting to understand the intricacies in them. Light and optics are that one, practical and theory. Magnetism, electricity, modern physics, machines. So you see what is expected, you see on the screen. Go to that complete WAEC study site platform to see things that take a lot of marks, that if you are able to dwell in them, you at least you have strategically hit some points. The strategy we are talking about here. We are not just talking, you may think what you are saying is just to talk about topics and topics. The strategy, things that you should give time for, things that you should give more time and and plan yourself for. So where they appear, paper 1, paper 2, electricity, the one that appear in all papers, electricity, heat, gas law, waves, paper 1, paper 2, transformer, electronegativity, then drawing of graphs, work energy, heat, specific heat capacity, machine efficiency. What are the strategy quickly? The strategy is that units in every answer. Every numerical answer must have units. No unit is equal to 0 marks. So if you are writing something, you must put correct unit. For example, you want to write graffiti 10 meter per second square, and you now write 10, you didn't put meter per second square, or write meter per second. It will amount to no answer, because WAEC have what we call marking guide. And people that mark WAEC, I don't mark physics, I didn't mark physics, but I've done chemistry before. They look at all those points, all those things have marks. And when it's sent out, those are the things. If the person say, let me just give the person, there is somebody that is supervising the marker. They call them team leader. When the person cites it, they will question it and then take it back to the right place, which is no answer. So please note that. Graph drawing, use a sharp pencil, plot all points, draw a straight best fit line through all points necessary. Find gradient using the formula from the slope of the line, and that is 20 plus mark. Memorize formula sheet. WAEC does not provide a formula sheet. Memorize all kinematics. What of cycle diagram for paper 3? Question 2. Know how to set up ammeter in series and voltmeter in parallel. Draw correct circuit symbol. What of about vector? You just go on that platform and see what is written there, and then about nuclear equation. I hope you understand now. Please check it out, and have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.